'Twas the days before Christmas, and all through the land was the feeling that things were not going as planned. The soldiers were loading their weapons with care as we hoped that compassion would soon find them there. The children were frightened, all living in dread, while visions of bombs danced in their heads, and parents uncertain of how to react to the terror of knowing that they'd just been attacked. When up in the sky there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my browser window to see what was the matter. Away to my charts, I ran like a deer, and to my surprise, what should appear, although there was tension between Pluto and Mars, colonialism and greed cannot be blamed on the stars. From the news that I'm watching every day, it seems as if conflict is here to stay, and I, in my fervor and incurable hope, had just about reached the end of my rope. I've grown so tired of hearing bad news on TV, so I closed my eyes tightly and tried clearly to see. I saw the whole picture as plain as it could be, things that eyes wide opened just never could see. I saw Arabs and Jews living side by side. I saw an end to the mass genocide. I saw black, white, and brown folks living in peace without politicians and without police. I saw walls of anger and fear come tumbling down. I saw enemies join hands and dance all around. I saw a time and a place where everyone had a home and a meal. And I was quite glad, for we'd worked ourselves into an unworkable place like rats running round in a crazy rat race, where politicians had taken from all of us folks the feeling of power. But it's only a hoax, because I saw revealed as I closed my eyes a very clear vision of paradise. Technology flourished, but no longer for war. We had decided that peace was worth fighting for, so we fought with our hopes and we fought with our dreams, and political wars fell apart at the seams. You see, political problems need solutions, not hate. Death on the battlefields, an unacceptable fate. But back to my vision of heaven on earth, because I saw it for real and I know what it's worth. I saw leaders talking about things of concern and admitting they knew not which way to turn, admitting they'd worked themselves into a hole, and admitting that things had grown out of control, admitting that the fate of the whole human race was caught up to its neck in this wild goose chase of tribal boundaries and claims of material wealth, while Mother Earth had fallen to disease and ill health. Electronic technology has cast a new net around the whole world, and we're all getting wet. For the flood that occurred in the biblical age is happening again with a frenetic new rage. But this time the waters don't fall from the sky. The waters are different, and new laws apply, for emotional waters run fast and deep. Now they are flowing to make a clean sweep. It's the same thing that's gone on for oh so long, but now technology is singing a very new song, a song where emotions send bioterrorist death that's carried by drones to take your last breath, a dirge where rockets are guided by heat that lay warheads at your enemy's feet. Yet I hear a song where each tribe must get along with the rest, where there's no room for discussion about whose way is best. What happens in a far off place affects the folks of every race. Israel and Palestine, with their fears, wash the planet in painful tears. Repression in Florida sends out a wave that does a part of all enslave. Blood spilled on the Black Sea's shore sends the message home once more. Old men turning their fears into laws have impelled women with their claws under the illusions of pro-life that only manufactures strife. Homophobic leaders making rules, racist politicians telling schools what can and cannot be taught to youth without respect for teaching the truth. Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jew, pagan, Mormon, or Hindu, we are all part of a greater whole. We are each part of the human soul. Technology is singing a sad requiem for those who still think there's an us and a them. The media have shrunk this planet so small that there's no room for misplaced emotions at all. Dams can't constrain the anger and fear. We must deal with our feelings. So let me be clear, we can each help right now in our own little way by making the right little choices today. We can each fight this forest fire of hate by controlling our brush fires before it's too late. For we each contribute to that greater whole. We clean up the world as we clean up our soul. As we eliminate wars amongst family and friend, peace will spread and conflicts will end. For global change takes place in the heart, with each of us playing our own little part. This time of year, these days of rest, when Persian astrologers journeyed west, we share in love, we seek its glow, we have one another. That's all I know. And I know this truth handed down from the past is urgent right now, and I hold it steadfast. It's a truth handed down from days of old, a truth worth its very own weight in gold. Just look into your heart and to the stars above. Remember that ancient truth we call love. And now, as another year fades right into the past, remember that even these times won't last. Remember that future is an extension of now. We can change what's coming, and I do know how, but we can't wait for someone else to take charge. Although the task seems oh so large, we must each act in our own personal way by making right choices throughout every day, today and tomorrow, and each day that arrives, for this is how we must live our lives. As the great wise woman said, in a pinch, the most lasting changes come inch by inch. So at this special time of year, in every moment, choose love over fear. And think cosmically, act locally. I'm Rick Levine.